Hi folks, and welcome back to Meaningful Money. Okay, here I am in a field. Nothing much more to be said about it than that. Just one of these get some videos done quickly. It's just down the road from my house. Sorry about the shades, by the way, but it's a lovely June afternoon. The sun actually has just gone behind a cloud, but it's right behind the camera. There's no way, with hay fever and everything, I'll be able to see my notes otherwise, so forgive me. I normally like to put my other glasses on so we can see each other and connect in this virtual way. The last couple of videos I've done, I've looked at the demise of advice and financial planning to ordinary people in this country. The insurance companies having given up doing it, banks in the process of giving up doing it, and then last time I looked at some online tools which are looking to sort of fill this gap. We looked at 3 in particular. I don't think any of them are there yet. None of them cracked it, but it's exciting what the future will hold on that score. But those 2 videos prompted some debate, particularly on Twitter amongst me and my peers, and one guy in particular, hi Paul, raised the question, the human condition, the sort of need to have stuff now as against saving for the future and planning for the future, that will, to a large extent, preclude people from turning to these online financial tools. His premise being is that people need to be sort of steered into the benefits of full financial planning. I happen to agree that that's certainly the case. So I wanted to just chat about that very briefly, so I hope you don't mind. There's no point in me having a platform here if I can't use it to put my 2 penneth in now and again. But before I do, my friends down here in the bottom right, 7 Investment Management, who continue to sponsor me here, and I'm very grateful to them for doing so. Thanks very much, guys. So, this sort of wanting stuff now against planning for the future, this great tension, is that going to be a problem going forward? I think we have to take some clue as to what the future might hold by looking at what happens now. And by that I mean, people come to see me as a certified financial planner. It's worth mentioning that most people want to go through their life never seeing a financial advisor ever, right? But those who do come to see me generally are pleased that they have. But when they do, they tend to present with a single issue. So it might be that they have had a change in job, and maybe they're interested in the pension scheme there and how that might work and things like that. Or maybe they've inherited some money. Or maybe they've got married, have children, lost their job. Whatever, there tends to be a particular reason why somebody presents. It's very unusual for somebody to come to me and say, will you just please sort my life out because my finances are in a mess. It does happen, but it's very unusual. And I don't think really that's going to change. I think what tends to happen then is that I and people like me will tend to speak to them of the benefits of holistic financial planning. So they come in with a particular need, but I will show them the benefits of wider planning and all that can achieve. And they tend to get excited about the possibilities, and then they become a client, and we go from there. And my sort of correspondent online, his concern is that if there's no personal interaction, that won't happen. I do agree with him to a point, because financial planning tends to be sold. Selling is a sort of word we tend to shy away from, unfortunately, in our profession, but you know, the whole economy is built on buying stuff and selling stuff, so we shouldn't be afraid of the fact that we sell financial planning advice. But that is what tends to happen. It's sort of, we extol the virtues of it and people buy into that and they pay us to do full holistic financial planning. But it's hard to do that online. If there's no personal interaction, it requires the client, if you like, to make the leap using these online tools into full financial planning, which I'm not convinced will ever happen. I think the likelihood of that happening depends on the life stage you're at. I did a series of 5 videos back between episodes 128 and 133 on the life stages, the different things that people tend to be thinking and concerned about at different stages of life. In my experience, it tends to be those in their mid-30s, perhaps late 30s, early 40s, who really begin to grasp financial planning, grasp the nettle and get on with it. Perhaps that's because kids sort of tend to be approaching teenage years, and suddenly you think, man alive, in 5 years I might have to send these kids to university, or maybe one day they might want to get married, or maybe it's the sort of fact that retirement is perhaps nearer, you know, you're nearer retirement than you are age 20. Perhaps it's something like that. It tends to be those people in their mid to late 30s who really begin to engage, and then the nearer you get to retirement, the more serious people get about their own financial planning. These sort of family responsibilities focus the mind a little bit. Will online financial planning change that? I don't think it'll change that. I think people will still have a particular prompt to seek online advice, and it will be down to the tool to steer them accordingly. I really hope that this will happen. That's why I'm quite excited about LearnVest, one of the ones I talked about last time, because there is a real financial planner involved. I'm not sure I ever will get away from that completely, certainly not to do it right. Fact is, right now, there are people who will never ever engage with their money. I hope that's not you. People who are perennial victims. They always wonder where all their money goes, but never do anything to engage with it and find out. You know, these people are never going to seek advice. They're always going to be poor. And that is, unfortunately, the way it is. I think with wider things like financial education, hence this site, but financial education in schools, less easy access to credit, you know, for people who really don't need easy access to credit. All these things will help, but you know, there's always going to be people who will never seek advice and will always be victims. But those who do want advice, I believe, will turn to these tools increasingly, and if they can be done right, the outcomes will be good, certainly better than they're getting in a bank at the moment. I think the future is extremely bright and very exciting, but it's not there yet, so watch this space. So please, if you've got any comments on this or questions, then fire them at me. Just pete@meaningfulmoney.tv, or I'm at Pete Matthew on Twitter, or at meaningfulmoney, take your pick. Be really interested to get debate on it. So thanks for watching. Hope you don't mind me using this platform to put my 2 pence across. I'll see you next time, and I'm going to pick up what I said I was going to do, which is exchange traded funds and how they work. Thanks for watching. See you next time.